welcome everyone. I'm going to continue my video of physics, that is for standard 8. We are going to the chapter force and pressure. So we'll continue. And in this video, I'm going to start from the topic factors affecting the pressure. Which are the factors? As we have discussed, that there are two factors on which pressure will depend. First is on the area of the surface on which the thrust acts. Okay. So first factor is surface area on which the thrust works, and second thing on the magnitude of the thrust acting on the surface. We will try to understand both the things, how pressure depends on these two factors with the help of few examples. First of all, I am going to explain with the help of numerical, then I will give you some example from our daily life. So case 1, what I did here, I have taken a block. We will take a block of dimension 40 cm into 20 cm into 10 cm. What does it mean? The block is of cuboidal shape. That's why this will be length, breadth and height. Okay. So what we will do, first time we kept our block in this way. The block is lying on the surface. On the top, its sides are 40 to 20 cm. We kept this box in this way that this will be its length, this is breadth and 10 cm will be height. Okay. This is our first condition. Okay. Now what we did in second case, now it is in standing position. Now you see here, now the same block here, what is going on? The block is lying on the surface on top of its sides 20 cm to 10 cm. Block is same, both are same block. Here, what is the weight of the block? That is 10 kg. What is the weight of this block? Weight is 10 kg. Okay. Here same thing, weight is what? 10 kg, right? So weight is same, both are same block. In first case, it is kept in this way. It means what is the area? This is the area 40 into 20 because this is the area of the base and base is of rectangle shape. So that will be area will be length into breadth, right? Similarly here area will be because on this area only the thrust is working. See, in this case, the weight of this block is working on this area, okay, and same weight is applying here and the area is this one, okay, that lower piece. So we will see what is the difference between the pressure. So we will write that here thrust is equal to what? That is equal to weight, that will be 10 kgf, okay, and what is the area in this case? Because the base is of rectangular shape, see this is rectangle shape, so this will be L into B, length into breadth. What is length? It is 40 and what is breadth? It is 20. So it is 40 into 20, that is 800 centimeter square, right? Okay, then what is pressure? As we have discussed, the formula of pressure is what? Thrust upon area. What is thrust? It is 10 kgf divided by 800, so 0 0 cancelled, and it is 1 upon 80. It means what? When we will divide, there will be point 0 1 2 5 and the unit will be just kgf, okay, kgf per centimeter square. Now in case 2, again what is thrust is equals to weight, that is 10 kgf, okay, and what is area? This time again area is L into B because this is a rectangle shape or parallelogram. L into B, 20 into 30, 20 into 10, sorry, this is 200 centimeter square. See, here area was 800 centimeter square, here area is 200 centimeter square. So what is pressure? Pressure is equals to thrust upon area, okay. So thrust is 10 kgf and this is 200, area is 200, so it is what? It is 0.05 kgf per centimeter square. So here you will see that 0.05 kgf per centimeter square pressure is applied on this surface, and here 0.0125, which is much lesser than this one, pressure is applied on this area. So when we saw what we saw, we saw that less is area, more is the pressure. Here see the area is at 800, here area is 200. Area is more, pressure is less. Here area is less, pressure is more. So we'll write less is area, more will be the pressure. Now we will understand this thing with the help of daily life example. I hope this numerical part have given you example that both cubes are cuboidal shapes are of same weight, but pressure here applied is only 0.0125 kg per centimeter square, and here it is 0.05. You compare it, this is 0.01, this is 0.05, because here area is less, so pressure is more. Okay, here area is more, so the pressure is less. Now, with the help of first example, we understand that pressure depends upon the area of the surface. Okay, if the area is more, pressure will be less. If area is less, pressure will be more. Now we will understand this thing, that on the magnitude of thrust, also the pressure depends. How it is possible? Let's see. I have taken an example. The topic is heading written like this: that dependence of pressure on the thrust or force. More is the thrust, more is the pressure. Okay, I am going to explain you. First of all, you try to understand P is equals to pressure is equal to thrust upon area. These both are inversely proportional to each other. So if this will increase, the value of pressure will decrease, and if area will increase, pressure will decrease. Okay, inversely proportional. If it will increase, this will decrease, and if this will decrease, this will increase. Okay, and what about these two? These both are directly proportional. That's why if thrust will increase, pressure also increase. If area is constant in any condition, area is constant, then dependency upon thrust is that if it will increase, pressure definitely will decrease. If thrust will decrease, pressure also decrease. So we will try to understand with the help of example of a numerical. See what I have done here. I have taken two wooden pieces, an example. Not two wooden pieces, two cubes. One is wooden cube and second one is iron cube. Okay, their sizes are same. That's why I have written dimension of wooden cube is 10 cm into 10 into 10. It means it is a cube. And here also I have written, I have taken an iron cube. Again the dimension is same. That is length, breadth, height. Everything is 10, 10, 10. That's why it is a cube. Now what? Because this is a metal, so its weight is more as compared to this one. Maybe like we assumed it. Okay, so weight was given 0.250 kg, that is 250 gram, and weight of this iron cube is 0.750 kg or 750 gram. So we will check what we are going to check here. I tried to make area constant. How the area is constant? See, here is 10 into 10 because this is the base of the cube and base is of square shape. So naturally this is 100 square centimeter area, and here also same thing, area will be 100 centimeter square. So area is constant, that is not going to disturb the value of pressure. Now you will see this is the weight of the body, so that is equals to the thrust. That's why written here 0.250 kg of thrust will be applied because of the weight. That much thrust is applied on this area, and here since the weight of the iron is 0.750, so this thrust, how much? 0.750 kg of thrust will be applied on the same area. So we are going to see what is the difference between the pressure. So let's see, in this case thrust is equals to 10 kg of, no it's not 10 kg, this is 0.250 kg of, okay, and what is the area? Because this is a cube, so this is a square, and area of square is what? This is side square. And what is the side? 10 into 10, so it is 100 centimeter square. Okay, and what is the pressure? Pressure is equal to thrust upon area. And what is thrust? Thrust is 0.250 upon 100, so this will be 0.0025 kgf per centimeter square. This is the pressure applied on the surface of this body, bottom surface, okay, because of its weight. Now here we will see what is the thrust, that is equal to the weight of the body, that is 0.750 kgf. And what is the area? Area is side square because here also the base is square shaped. So 10 into 10, that is what, 100 centimeters square. See what I did, in both the cases I have taken identical cubes, that's why area is equal. Okay, now what is the pressure here? In this case, pressure is equal to again thrust upon area. What is the value of thrust? That is 0.750 upon, what is the area? It is 100, so this will be 0.0075 kgf per centimeter square. So you can compare here that area is same. Okay, now here thrust is less, that's why pressure is less. Here thrust is more, so pressure is more on the surface. I hope this concept is clear now. That factors affecting the pressure, which are the two things on which pressure depends. First thing is area of the surface on which thrust will work, and the magnitude. Here magnitude is 0.250, here magnitude is 2.750. Here thrust is more, therefore pressure is more. Here thrust is less, therefore pressure is less. That was my line. More is the thrust, more is the pressure. Now we will see few examples from our general life to understand that thing, where these things are useful and we are utilizing this property of pressure. Now, with the help of daily life example, we will try to understand both the topics on which pressure depends. So first example I am going to take here for that decrease in area, increase the pressure. Where we can see this thing in our daily life. For that I have written and I have drawn some diagram here. See children, I have written here that a nail or board pin has one end pointed. You all have seen that in a nail or in a board pin, one point is sharp, okay, and the other point is blunt and flat. So that's the thing I have written here. A nail or board pin has one end pointed as sharp while the other end is blunt and flat. Why? Because we want to apply little force. So on applying little bit force, it is easy to press it inside the surface. On applying force, the pointed end will exert great pressure as the area of contact is small, and hence it will go deep into the given surface. You can see here, I have drawn the diagram of it. See this point is what, very sharp, and this is blunt and flat surface. So when we apply hammer or anything to apply force here, it easily insert on the surface. Okay, because the area of contact is very less, and just now we have learned that when area is less, pressure will be more. Okay. Similarly, you can see here also that cutting tools are having sharp edges. Why? Because the sharp edges means what? Area of contact will be less. We are going to put something here, maybe some item or anything is here, and we want to cut it with the help of knife. This part is very sharp. Why? So that when we apply pressure on it, thrust on it, easily cut that body. Same thing here. This part is sharpened in X. In seizure, you have seen that if it is blunt, we call the person who will make it sharpen, so that easily we can cut it. Again, you will see if with the back part, you will compare back part and this part. This is sharper as compared to back part. Okay. So here we have seen that decrease in area increases the pressure. One more thing, already I have explained in previous video that pointed heels of footwear exert more pressure on the ground than the regular flat surface. Now, after this, we are going to learn about the second topic. What is that? Increase in area decreases the pressure. That we will discuss in our daily life with the help of daily life example. What is that? That is increase in area decreases the pressure. Now, children will see not only the example, but we will see the increase in area decreases the pressure. Not only these are examples. Here we will see that how science is very useful in our daily life, how it reduces our energy to complete any work, or how it make our work very easy to finish. So we will see all those things also in these examples. For example, first example I have given about the heavy truck. You have seen in a truck there are so many wheels. Instead of 4 wheels, there may be 6 or 8 wheels. Why there are so many wheels? So that the pressure applied on the wheel, the area will increase, so that there will be less pressure on the wheels. Okay. So see what I have written here, heavy trucks have 6 to 8 tires instead of conventional 4 tires. More number of tires are used to increase the area of contact, and when the area will increase, naturally the pressure will decrease, okay, and thereby reduce the pressure on the ground. Similarly, I have taken an example of camel and horse. Why it is in junior classes we have given so many times the answer why it is easy for camel to walk on sand as compared to any other animal including human being. Why? So as we know that camel feet are very broad, so area increased, so it became very easy for them to walk on the sand. So I've explained here that a camel can move more easily on sand as compared to horse because camel has broader feet. Broader feet means what? Area is broader where the weight will applied. This body weight will be applied as thrust. So broader feet than horse. The broader feet of camel provide lesser pressure on sand, and it becomes easier for camel to walk on sand as compared to any other animal. Third example, as you can see here, I have tried to draw an diagram of a picture of the tank. Mostly I have seen in army tanks are usually very heavy. It is a metallic. Few gunmen were sitting over there, driver is there, and weapons are also kept over there, and it has to move in sand or in soft soil. So how it move easily? You must have seen this thing. This is caterpillar wheels. Why? Because it increases the area so that the weight applied on the wheel will decrease, because see these are the wheels, right? And this is the caterpillar wheels or a steel track on which it is rotating. When it will move, this will rotate and the wheels will move inside it. So the area will increase, therefore the pressure will be less, and this is the reason it will never sink in any area, maybe the muddy area or the desert area. So I explained here, army tanks are usually very heavy. They exert pressure, greater pressure on the ground. If there is no caterpillar wheel, then it will exert more pressure on the ground. Hence they are made to move over the broad steel track, which is called as caterpillar wheels of tanks. These tracks are used to increase the surface area so as to reduce the pressure. As the area will increase, naturally there will be decrease in pressure on the ground, and hence avoid sinking of their wheels in the ground. Right? Now, one more example I have written here. This will be valid for that also. I will give you that question also. Children, these are the reasoning questions also. So you must answer your reasoning question, because all the reasoning questions are based on this one. Now, my next topic is why the foundation of building is broad as compared to the upper part. Same thing we will learn in that, where we will discuss about the dam. The lower part of dam is broader as compared to the upper part. We will explain that too also. There we will discuss about the liquid pressure. Here we are going to discuss about the normal pressure. Foundation of buildings are kept wide so that weight of the building acts on larger area. If you have seen any construction work is going on, you just see where the foundation is going on. The foundation wall is much more thicker as compared to the normal wall. Okay, why? Because we want to increase the area so that the pressure or the thrust applied on that foundation by the building will be lesser on the ground. So I have written here, so that weight of the building acts on larger area as a result of exert less pressure on the ground. This avoids sinking of the building into the earth. Okay. Now here I tried to draw a railway track. You have seen that wide wooden sleepers. Why there is wide wooden sleepers under the railway track? Same thing, because it increased the area when the train passed over it. It carry passengers and weight. Goods train is also there. So there is so much weight inside the train. So to decrease the pressure, we use wide wooden sleepers. So what I have written, see, wide wooden sleepers are placed below the railway track so that the pressure exerted by the rails on the ground becomes less. Okay. Now after this I will start. Till this point we have discussed about the pressure, and that is about the solid. Now After this, I am going to start liquid pressure. Okay.